Let's tell you how the markets fared today. While the index itself was just up about 0.5% or so, it was really a day for the pharma names. Now let's just take a look at the action there. Starts with the likes of a Cipla and Lupin, which were also looking good, up about 8 to 9%. But then just take a look at the entire list. We had a Divis Labs that was up 12% in today's session. Laurus saw another 10% move coming in. Cipla Labs was up 7%. Aurobindo, Glenmark, Cadilla. So across the stream of pharma names, we just saw action all the way. And that really was the highlight. The healthcare index also continuing to set new highs on the back of those moves. There were plenty of other stocks as well that one could highlight. So BEL was up 9% as well. We saw Motherson Sumi see a nice 4 to 5% gain coming in. M&M also looked strong post earnings and commentary, up about 5% for an M&M today. From the heavyweights, L&T was also up about 5% in today's session. And Imami, in fact, after earnings hitting circuit, so that one was up about 20% in today's session. So lots of interesting action there. Tata Motors stood out, 3.5% on the Tata Motors. So select auto names have been seeing buying, although Tata Motors perhaps seeing an independent move today, but otherwise we have seen some amount of consistent buying coming in the likes of a Maruti or an Aisha, for example. Tech M today up about 3%, Vodafone also 2-3% of a move. Names like Shree and Titan ahead of earnings, just up about 1.5% there as well. Financials quiet, but today a little bit of action coming in HDFC, ICICI, Kotak, just about 1% or so coming in on some of these names. Otherwise, financials have been quiet and continue to be so as well. So Asian Paints cooled off in today's session after recent moves. Reliance is also quiet, down just about 1% or so. Muthoot saw a bit of a cool off coming in, so did an RBL. So those were a couple of the names on the downside. But it's really the action in the broader markets that continues to catch our eye. So apart from the names I've mentioned, stocks like Viatech, Wabag, for example, you're seeing a 10-15% move coming in on some of these names. Talked about an Imami, talked about some of the others as well that saw some major action coming in. So it's really the broader markets that continue to look interesting. Himit Sinka was up about 15%, for example. That was another one. Natco Pharma, again from pharma names, but a 9% on that one. Strides was also up about 15%. So it gives you a sense of the kind of trends that we are seeing developing here. Pharma names will also shift to the broader markets and lots of interesting action there.